All right, guys, today we're checking out the Windone RM7. Another mini electric dirt bike on the channel, surprise, surprise. So on first glance, we have the black and orange colorway, some decals over here, carbon fiber texture, and this is slightly larger than the typical mini electric dirt bikes that we review, but let's take a closer look. Here we have the typical 14-inch front wheel with the off-road tires, fork guard, moto-style hydraulic brakes, front fender, number plate, front suspension fork. There doesn't seem to be any adjustment though. We have a 48-volt, 22.5 amp hour battery. To access the battery, you have to unscrew this knob, and then this plate slides off. Maybe we'll hit it with a mallet. And that's how you access the battery. It's not my favorite design since it's really not a quick release, but that's fine. We have the key ignition over here, bar pad, riser handlebars, turn on the ignition, rubber grip over here, a few controls, horn. We got signals, so left. Might be hard to see with the headlight on, but that's left. Left on the rear. And then you also have this hazard switch. So if you press that, you have both signals flashing. So very useful if you're stopped on the shoulder of a street or something like that. Here's a look at the full twist throttle. Kind of standard moto style saddle seat. Rear fender. Got a mud guard. It's a direct chain drive. And we got a 60-tooth sprocket in the rear. So plenty of torque to get the wheel up. The taillight does have brake functionality as well. So when you squeeze it, it gets brighter. Here's a look at the 2200 watt peak mid-drive motor. A look at the hydraulic disc brakes in the rear. You also got a suspension kind of hidden inside of there, but it does have a preload adjustment. Here's a look at the pegs, nice and wide. Display, pretty basic. It is in park mode, and to release it from park mode, you have to squeeze the brake. So one thing that I did was I swapped the brake sensor from the left side over to the right side, and that's just for wheelies or practicing how to wheelie. We like to keep the brake sensor off the left rear wheel, but you still need it connected, which is why we put it on this side. So you squeeze it and then you're in the riding modes, 1, 2, 3, and top speed off the ground reaches about 37, 38 miles per hour. And the total weight of the RM7 is 125 pounds. So now that we've gone over all the features, let's take it out for its first ride. RM7 Dragy Test. All right. About 22 miles per hour, power level 3, 31 on the display, 30 on the Dragy. How fast can we get? 32, 33. All right, now we're going slightly downhill, 32. 33, 34. And about 34, 35. All right, here we go. Dragy Test going up the hill in 3, 2, 1. Slightly uphill, power level 3. 23, 24, 25. I mean, it's doing its thing. It's not, you know, it's 48 volts. Not a ton of power, right? But once we go over the hill, kind of flattening out slightly, 30 miles per hour. And once we cross this overpass, it's pretty much flat. So 30 miles per hour, slight slope, and holding at 29, 30. All right, guys, first ride with the RM7 mini electric dirt bike. It is November, the day after Thanksgiving here in Michigan. It feels like it is like 15 degrees outside. This is what I look like on the bike. So my inseam is about 30 inches. I can flat foot the bike. I feel like this is its own category of size because it's slightly bigger than the Yasma or the E-Box, but it's still technically a mini. Turn the bike on, ignition, squeeze the brake to get out of park mode, and we'll start on power level 1. So let's see how that feels. All right, so right off rip, the throttle is a little bit of a delay, right? A little bit of a delay. One has a little bit of low end torque, but it's pretty mild. I'm pinning down the throttle and I'm only hitting 13 miles per hour, full throttle. But, you know, if you're like riding slow, if you're going through trails and whatnot, that's all you really need. Let's bump it up to power level 2 now. Okay, a little bit more low end torque. The throttle response is still a little bit delayed. You know, feel like it could be a little bit better, but that's not bad. As far as the handling is pretty good. You know, I could probably push the bars maybe a little bit closer, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's really easy to kind of position and pretty comfortable too, all things considered. We'll test it out on the grass later, but you know, even just this parking lot, it seems pretty comfortable. All right, here we go, power level 3. And yeah, way more power. Still takes a little bit of time to get up to speed, but not bad. It performs just like a lot of the mini electric dirt bikes. Maybe the H3 might be the closest comparison. You do have a faster throttle response on 3. Yeah. I do wish there was some way to adjust it though. I don't know if there's a far driver controller in here. And brake. That brake was actually really good. We could try balancing the bike. Let's see, we're on power level 3. Oh yeah. Very easy to pop up. We'll try 2. Okay. You can definitely wheelie it. I can't wheelie it, but it can be done. Just that brake, like I gotta hit two fingers on it to stop. So that's the only thing. Like the brake doesn't really lock up as much as I want it to.
So let's recap the specs. The RM7 runs on a 48-volt, 22.5 amp-hour battery paired with a 2,200-watt peak mid-drive motor with a direct chain drive. It's capable of speeds over 30 miles per hour and offers 3 power modes along with a full twist throttle. A left-mounted LCD display shows your stats, while front and rear lighting includes turn signals and a hazard switch for added visibility. For ride quality, the RM7 uses a front suspension fork and a rear shock to smooth out bumps, backed by 14-inch front and 12-inch rear off-road tires. It also has moto-style hydraulic brakes and a standard mini dirt bike saddle seat. At around 125 pounds, it has a solid planted feel, which is fine on the pavement, but probably more ideal for off-road rides.
Let's really let it loose now. Power level 3. Oh yeah. Really easy to maneuver. Definitely really easy to maneuver on the high end. This is really where this thing shines. You take it on trails, should be perfect, right? Lots of low end torque. Yeah, just even standing up, not bad. I guess we could take it up the hill. Let's try taking it up the hill. Here we go. Uphill test. Off-road. Woo! Can we get up? Yes, we can. Oh yeah. No problem. Yeah, I mean, pretty comfortable on the grass, to be honest. So yeah, if you take it up trails, I think it'd be perfect. Oh yeah. Woo! Yeah, I'm really happy with the suspension on this thing. It's actually really nice. You know, I am standing up, but it's kind of what you have to do with these kinds of bikes. pop it off the curb here. Woo! Oh yeah. So much fun. All right, first impressions with the RM7. It's pretty decent. It's a, good, decent budget option if you're looking for a mini electric dirt bike in the 48 volt category. Seems like it would be pretty easy to mod. The battery and the components look pretty similar to a lot of the bikes that people are customizing. So probably a way to switch out the motor, upgrade the battery, change out the controller. Again, not quite sure if it's a far driver. Maybe it is. It kind of looks like it from back here, but still don't know if there's a way to tune it. The brakes are okay. It's not like a one-finger brake. It's like you need two fingers to really stop it. For the controller tune, I wish there was just a little bit of a faster response on the low end, especially on power level 2. It just felt like it was delayed. Hitting the throttle took a few seconds to kick in. Just something to keep in mind. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Windone RM7.
So here's what we like. The RM7 has decent low-end power that makes it easy to lift into a wheelie. The suspension does a good job keeping the ride smooth and comfortable, and the integrated turn signals are also a nice bonus for visibility. But here's some things to consider. The 48-volt setup may feel underpowered for more experienced riders. The throttle response could be more responsive on power mode 2, and taller riders may find the compact frame a bit cramped. So what do you think of the RM7 mini electric dirt bike? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.